Dodge is going to come back into Cup with two teams, and those two teams are going to be RCR and
In
Colic.
Colic, because they're on the
And
Welcome campus, and they're
and
going to switch from
and
making ECR
ECR
motors are
would
going to be
make
a Dodge brand.
would make the Dodge brand motors.
So I went wide open, hoping for a little taste of that unknown. Living in a fast car, living in a fast car days.
All right, welcome back to another edition of Checkers, Wreckers, and What the Heckers. My name is Chad Beard, and I'm a country music artist, content creator, and NASCAR super fan. Joined as always by my incredible co-host. Let me introduce them to you. He's the reason NASCAR banned open bar tailgates. The man whose blood type is motor oil and whose safe word is hell yeah. He's got more hot takes than a Hooters kitchen and delivers them faster than a lap at Daytona on Adderall. His luscious locks are insured for six figures and banned in 5 states for inciting jealousy. Caution tape doesn't stop him, HR can't find him, and FCC censors cry when he speaks. The follicle phenom himself. Give it up for the one, the only, Rick frickin' Kojan.
Rick. What's up, y'all? And I do got to tell you, it was trimmed up a little since last time, but that just means, it's more angled in there. So we're doing good.
It's arrow for the summer.
It's healthy, it's wealthy, and it's full of itself.
It's arrowed for the summer. Oh, God.
That was actually a great comment.
Oh, he's got more opinions than a drunk uncle at Thanksgiving, more horsepower than a Hendrick engine, and more bad decisions than a Talladega infield at 2 a.m. This man's mouth has no filter, no governor, and absolutely no business being broadcast live, but here we are. He once made Kyle Busch cry and called Dale Sr. in a dream just to debate him. The patron saint of pit road profanity and the reason race control keeps a separate folder with his name on it. According to his wife, he is still the fastest man in North Carolina. Chris Justice.
Welcome, 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 boys. Here we are.
Great
episode. Another great episode.
May I add humbly, Chris, Supreme Court Justice.
Supreme Court.
Man,
Justice.
I want that one to stick.
Listen,
come on.
That right there is outstanding.
Come on.
Well, how we doing, fellas? How was the weekend, Chris?
Listen, I spent a lot of time at home. I did not go to the racetrack this weekend, so I was subject to the TV version of our motorsports world, while my co-host here, Ricky.
Yeah, I don't seem to get any weekends off, but you seem to be on some sort of special thing in your first year with Hendrick. It's like, do whatever you want, Rick. You go work Richmond.
Oh, listen, I had to make some deals going in.
Yeah,
when you spend 19 years on the road, you can kind of shake and bake when you forced to go to a new spot.
You have an all-star son. I have no children. Go get it.
Listen, yeah, he's outstanding. Hats off to the kids, man.
Both
of them are doing outstanding.
Well, Rick, how was the Haas things this weekend?
Interesting track. I'm hearing that it's now one of the most abrasive surfaces that we have left to race on. I mean, people talk about Kansas, they talk about Miami. I don't know. The racing there is debatable. I mean, there's a lot of strategy that gets played out. Fuel strategy, pit strategy, 3/4 mile track. I don't know. And we raced, obviously at night, right? It was a Saturday night race. So that obviously does different things. The ardent NASCAR fan will know that if you drop a bunch of 90-degree sun, where we sweated our ass off previously at Indy, Dover, and Chicago Street, does different things. You put it at night, you get a different form of racing. So all good.
Yeah, I watched on TV as well from the farm in Alabama. Quick trip down, and
that is not a quick trip.
Made it back.
And I always get this wrong, Chris. Is it is his family estate and mountain or hill. Is it Bearden Road?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not the
Got it.
lane. It's
Not
not lane. We don't know those people. Those are
Don't
part
know
of the
the
Bearden
lanes.
family we don't talk to no more.
Yeah.
Bearden Road. You have your own goddamn road, for Christ's sake. That's beautiful.
That lets you know a lot right there.
Yeah, that lets you know where he stands, right?
Yeah. Pretty solid.
Yeah, you don't live on Chris Supreme Court Justice Road.
Not yet. I'm working on it.
Not yet.
That Hendrick money. Oh, well, it's going to be another great episode. And we want to remind you, this episode is brought to you by our friends at Chord Buddy. If you've ever thought about playing guitar, well, this is guitar playing made simple. You can learn to play hundreds of songs on day one. It's very easy. You connect the Chord Buddy to the neck of your guitar. You follow the color corded patterns on the tabs. And then as you progress, as you get better, as you learn, you start popping those tabs off. Where those tabs once were, you put your fingers on there. You're now playing the actual chords and you are learning to play guitar. It's been endorsed by guys like John Rich from the band Big and Rich. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has talked about how he bought one with his own money so he could play songs for his girls. The founder, the inventor, Travis, went on Shark Tank, got a deal with this thing, and it blew up, sold millions of them worldwide, and continues to do so. He's making guitar players out of folks on day one. It could never be easier, can never be simpler. Check out their full line of products at chordbuddy.com. Rick, how you spell that?
CHORD. That is the proper chord.
Yes.
Not a cord for a vacuum cleaner, for Christ's sake.
Right. I would definitely not
dumbass like me. And there's a rumor in this little trio that somebody here, I think Chris Supreme Court Justice, bought one for himself.
Listen, I did. I purchased one back during the COVID phase of all of our lives. And I went out and purchased a guitar during COVID. And I was determined to learn how to play as I sat home and did nothing.
Yeah.
However, I ended up building a hot rod, 68 Skylark, instead of playing with my Chord Buddy and my guitar. So now I need to learn.
Motivation.
And we're gonna specify it was not the Chord Buddy's fault that you did not learn to play guitar.
It is definitely not the Chord Buddy's fault. It was the fact that I had a hot rod sitting in the
garage. You have to actually use it.
Yeah, you gotta. it will not play guitar for you.
It will not play it for you.
It will teach you.
We're going to learn it, and we're going to jam out and stay close by and keep your ears close to the radio or your streaming device, because we will rock out sooner than later.
Yeah,
I've seen that Skylark, though. You did a good job on it.
I appreciate it.
Thanks to Chord Buddy for sponsoring this episode. Please check out the website. Tell them that we sent you. Tell them that you appreciate them keeping us going.
And if our 100 followers buy one, that's 100 more sales for him, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Come on, Travis.
And that makes us look good. So, all right, let's get into some 3 wide.
3 wide. Here we go.
3 wide.
What do you got for us? What do you got for us? Real quick. What do you got?
All right. NASCAR. The rumors are NASCAR is going to release the schedule sometime this week, the rumors say. And the big rumor is they are moving the All-Star race from North Wilkesboro Speedway to Dover. Dover, which does not have lights currently, and only has one date already. So we anticipate that this means that North Wilkesboro is going to get that points paying race, and that Dover will no longer have a points paying race, just the All-Star exhibition race. Tell me your thoughts on that, Chris Justice.
Well, mixed emotions. Dover is an excellent race during the regular season. But Dover is not a destination for fans, right? Wilkesboro has the lure of prestige. Old Wilkesboro, history. A lot of your favorites raced there back in the day. They brought it back, and the allure of going back to this historic racetrack for All-Star Weekend, I think, packs the crowd. Not saying Dover doesn't have a crowd, because it does, but to your point, there's no lights. Uh, I mean, it's Dover,
Which
Delaware,
which will
right?
mean the All-Star race will happen in the afternoon for
It'll
the
be a day
first
race.
time. Yeah.
It'll be a day race. Does it produce a good race? Absolutely. Right. We saw that when we raced there a few weeks ago. It produces a great race. Um, I just don't know if you're going to get I don't know if the fans and the crowd presence for an all-star, and maybe I'm wrong. I just don't see Dover being that place for a all-star event.
Rick?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's a bit of a miss. Dover is very unique. We don't have anything like it
Nothing.
with that concrete, high banked. I mean, the drivers themselves will tell you, that car plunges down into the corner. And if you're telling me that the swap out is because, Dover isn't packing, butts in the seats for their cup event, and next year, well, for their NASCAR weekend, and for next year, they're going to wind up just with an all-star race. I'm kind of on Chris's side. Are people going to flock to Dover to see an all-star race if they weren't coming anyway to see a cup and an Xfinity points paying race? I mean, on the other side of the coin, I think we all knew there was a lot of money from the state, from NASCAR, that was pumped into North Wilkesboro. And the
Bring it
thought
back to
that,
life.
right, and the thought that that was just going to be an all-star race, I think everybody was smelling early on. I think it helps old school NASCAR fan be like, yeah, this is a win for us. Go Dale Earnhardt Sr. The sport is back on track to where it used to be. I think it's a plus. I don't know, though. In the end, I think it's a bit of a miss because Dover was unique.
Well, we've also Dover has been on the schedule since what, 1968? I think we've
Yeah,
gone there.
and used to have two races.
Yeah.
Used to have two races, yeah.
Right. And so now that was, kind of what I heard was, is this the beginning of phasing Dover out? Which will be a travesty if it happens, because it is such a cool spot. It's so different.
I'm agreeing for once with Superfan. Look at me,
Listen,
Supreme Court Justice.
Yes, I agree with him too. It is a unique spot, like you said,
Yep.
and I enjoy watching the Dover race. I enjoy participating in that race, and there's a lot of things that happen fast at Dover. I mean, like you said, is unique in itself, and I just don't know if the appeal of an all-star event is going to do what I think it does, and maybe that is to kind of like wipe it out and say, hey, we're going to change this points paying race to North Wilkesboro. You get the all-star race, and eventually you just be back to all horse racing, and that's it.
Well, and I heard that part of it was an effort that they thought maybe if it was an event like that, in the way that they did the event at Wilkesboro, that maybe that would draw fans back in, that it was changing it up, that it was giving them something different. And we know how exhibition races go, guys, there's no points on the line. So at least sometimes they're willing to do things that they wouldn't normally do in a points paying race. Maybe that creates some buzz, and maybe they do something with this all-star event
Like give them
that's
horsepower.
that's out of the box. Yeah, I mean, again, NASCAR offered that last year, the run what you brung thing, that the teams did not elect to do, but maybe there's something that makes this race special, and it does give Dover back the fan interest. That's my hopes, because I do not want to see that go away.
No, I don't either.
I mean,
Monster Mile is like unique and it's
God.
special.
So from a
And-
business perspective, I got this wrong with my guy Eric at Haas. Do you know who owns Dover?
I thought SMI did. Do
Yeah,
they? Yeah.
they were private, right? They were one of the independent tracks, and then SMI owns them. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. Like
which is why Marcus Smith has a select number of dates from NASCAR, and so
Correct.
he's swapping his. He did the same thing when the All-Star race went from Charlotte to Texas, to
Yeah.
Bristol. Those are all SMI tracks, and he doesn't want to lose his
Correct.
dates,
Correct.
because that's what happens if a track underperforms, and NASCAR will take that date. So
Yeah.
the last thing he wants to do is lose. So I understand the business side of it, of, hey, let's try something to see if we can get that going, if we can create a different feel, bring people back. So, I'm trying to be understanding of that on his side, but
I hope it works. I hope it works.
yeah,
I
just
do too.
I hope it
But-
works, because
but how
that's
many-
an awful place to lose.
yeah. And how many of those, if you just talk about the trophy itself, like
Yes.
what an iconic
And the
trophy that
marketing
drivers
behind
win.
it. And when we
Monster
were there
Miles.
this year, all the
Yeah.
people that are lined up for pictures in front of Miles the Monster. I
Right.
mean, it's not bad. You got Rehoboth Beach, you got Ocean City, Maryland. You can fly into Baltimore. You can fly. I mean, there was accessibility to it, but I don't know. It's I think
You'll
it's
get you some cheesesteaks from Philly.
yeah. I mean, I just think to me, it's a miss. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's conspiracy time.
What we
And
got?
And
Yeah, you didn't let us know what this one was. I can't
no,
wait.
because
Can't wait to see the freaking deep end
Uh-oh.
that the super
Well,
fans out.
this is
Yeah.
this is my conspiracy.
Of
This is
course.
What we
not
got?
this is not something that I've heard.
Okay.
This is thoughts that I put together and am throwing out, and I want your reaction to it.
So you was
Just
cruising
put-
down 20 to 85, 75, 85 coming home, and the light bulb went off in the
Yeah,
Tesla.
just put it
No,
out on
the-
the internet, and that'll
the-
make it fact.
That's what we'll do with this, but that's why we have a podcast.
Oh, that's right. This is an internet. I forgot.
All right. So Chris Rice, the president of Colleague, talked this week about he was asked about their conversations with Dodge, and he confirmed that Colleague has had conversations with Dodge, which he said pretty much everybody in the garage has had some conversation with Dodge, and if they say they haven't, they're lying. Here is some things that made me think and made me go down this rabbit hole, and you guys tell me if I'm far off. Rick's rolling his eyes already. Look, I think it's fun. We can talk. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and you can tell me I'm a moron, and that's fine.
Oh, I would never
All right.
say that.
All right,
I'd
listen.
call you a super fan first.
Okay. So Ram is coming back into the truck series, and they're doing that because essentially the trucks are spec, right? They all run the same motors. They all get the motors from the same place.
Ilmore
yeah.
Chevys, and we talked about that on a previous podcast, that there's nothing Hemi about the truck other than the decals they're going to put on it. So,
Right.
Go ahead.
So that makes their transition back into truck extremely easy.
Yeah.
Their hard part is getting back into Xfinity and to Cup, is they have to find somebody to build their engines. Right now, there are no engine shops that are building Dodge engines, which made me go down this rabbit hole after hearing, again, his comments, Chris Rice's comments. And so here it is. I'll just throw it out. This is going to sound very tin hat, very left field.
Doesn't
But
matter. Go ahead.
I think Dodge is going to come back into Cup with two teams, and those two teams are going to be RCR and Colleague,
because they're on the Welcome campus,
and
they're going to switch from
and
making ECR motors are
would
going to be
make-
a Dodge brand.
would make the Dodge brand motors, and that would make RCR a tier 1 team,
with Dodge.
with Dodge, with Colleague having that very close um, alliance. So
I'd
that
say the
is
geography is on the same goddamn campus. So yeah,
yeah.
it's close.
Yeah,
So
I don't think you far off from that thought process there, super fan. I think if you were to do that, that makes total sense because it's all inclusive and they're all on the same.
well, and after hearing Austin Dillon's comments about um, I felt like he was kind of vague in saying like with his talks with RC and saying how he and Ty are trying to talk RC into new directions and new things, and that RC is very loyal to a fault, and that's been a detriment to them at times. To me, that was kind of a veiled comment as, hey, we've been loyal to Chevy for our entire existence, and we've still been a less than tier one team. Uh, and this is our opportunity. That's my conspiracy thoughts. Tell me, Ricky, am I a moron?
You're certainly not a moron. You are a super fan. I told you I was going to say that. And oh my God, like I like the way you put this together. I don't have any information on the inside to tell you right, wrong, or indifferent. But so far, if you put the pieces together, right, Colleague, RCR, same campus. But if you could think for a minute that Richard Childress Racing steps away from Chevrolets, I think you will take the last faction of Dale Earnhardt Sr. / Dale Jr. fans and put them in their graves. You'll kill them.
But
You think?
is
Yes.
this that? But
yes.
so
But listen
so,
to all the people that when we'll go back to our roots here, Ricky. When Stewart Haas went to Ford, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost some fans, maybe, right? We lost
Yep.
some fans.
Yep.
From those true diehards, bow tie wearers. It's like,
Yeah,
I'm not pulling
Tony
from those.
Stewart. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
But it worked for a while until it didn't.
Yeah.
So maybe
Well-
that's the same concept, right? And maybe they say, well, Tony Stewart left Chevrolet, went to
Well-
Ford. They made
well,
it
again,
work
what
for
is
a few years.
what has Chevrolet done for RCR in the past 20 years?
Oh man, that's a deep question. We don't.
I mean, outside. I mean, they've not had a championship since Dale Earnhardt. They've you're
pretty much
mid-pack.
been irrelevant
You're,
ever since.
you're mid-pack at best. I mean, you had Harvick who got some wins. You've had guys who've gotten wins,
Yeah.
but to have that chance to be a tier one team, to be the manufacturer of the Dodge Hemi engine with ECR, like I mean, again, does that kill off Dell Senior fans, or do they say we realize enough was enough? You got to do something.
That's my conspiracy theory.
Mm.
I think it kills them off. And what car do they run? That abomination of a Charger that's like the size of a Silverado now. Sorry, I don't know.
They
I
bring
mean,
back the Viper.
Was it Challenger? Challenger, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
The
Anyways,
Interceptor.
Ask Chris.
Chris.
Listen, I don't think you're far off. Like I said before, it makes sense. They share the same complex. They share the same information already. It's like almost an all-inclusive vacation deal, right? Let's fly you to Cozumel and put you in this resort and have you sorted out kind of situation.
Could you get Colleague without RCR? Because again,
Nope.
You're not because you're
who's
not
going to build engines? RCR builds engines.
Right.
Right. So you have to have RCR to make the deal work.
But because Roush is never going to build a Dodge engine. Hendrick is never going to build a Dodge engine.
Right.
Who else is going to build the engine for you?
It has to be them.
Who did you say is not? Hendrick's not, and
Roush.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah,
they're not.
So
it only makes sense. You might be on to something there. Let's put a note in this in our chat there. Let's see what the fans think on this conspiracy theory. Yeah.
Good one, super fan.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
definitely
Good
not a
one. That was a good
moron,
one.
though.
Let us know what you think, fans.
I
Let us
want to be
know.
on record.
Yeah.
You are not a moron.
Let us know in the comments. What do you think about that conspiracy theory?
And smash that like button. Oh, not
And
yet.
smash. Well, that's coming too.
All right.
Let us know what you think.
All right. And the last topic is NASCAR announced today officially that they are at the end of this year, it will no longer be the Xfinity series in their tier 2 series. It will now be the O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. O'Reilly. Oh, Chris and I got this one already.
Yeah, we're on it.
Yeah. So we're no longer saying fast as Xfinity Wi-Fi. Now
No, it's fast
we're
as
gonna
Xfinity mobile.
Wait, it was
Right.
Wi-Fi.
If we're gonna get the
whatever,
the bonus money in our checks when Sam Mayer and Sheldon Creed says it, let's get it straight.
Yeah. So now are they going to sing the jingle? But also, what do we think about the naming of this series, Chris?
Well, I think you got to have it. I think it brings new light, new fans, new respect. You get a different outlook on the whole thing. Went, from Bush to Xfinity. I think it's just part of the game. You know what I mean? I think it'd be boring just to say it's the tier 2 series of NASCAR. Like, I mean, you have to have something catchy to go with it, right?
Well, I was really hoping that they were going to take this chance to give it its actual identity the way they did with Cup. If Cup is going to be, the Cup series, just the Cup series, whatever, they chose not to, when they brought in new partners, they chose not to change the name again. They just kept it as Cup. So I was really hoping they were going to do like the Grand National series presented by O'Reilly. Like that way, whenever
a staple in it without,
yeah. So
if they fell off, you still had that
name
branding attached to it.
Yeah. Whoever comes along next, because this partnership is going to end like it has. We saw the same thing with Craftsman, Menards and Arca. We've seen the trucks go through a couple different things, and you have guys who say, it's still the Bush series. It's still, and which is fine. Yeah, I still call it Bush series too. But if you, all the way back in the beginning, it was just the Grand National series. So why do you not just say the Grand National series presented by
National was Cup?
Well, I thought I looked it up and it's.
Well, I'm older than you, but back in the day, Grand National was where, David Pearson, that was Grand National.
I knew it was Winston. Well, I knew beginning, and then when they went to Winston Cup, the Xfinity series, what is Xfinity series now, became the Grand National series, according to Wikipedia. But I don't know. That
was before my time in the garage.
Yeah,
I spent my days in the Bush series.
Might be before your time on the planet, but
anyways, Rick, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm not even sure why we're having this discussion. My thought is pretty simple. Sure, O'Reilly cut the check and let Chris and I sing O'Reilly. But does it affect how many people are going to tune in and watch the series, or does CW having the qualifying on the app and having all the races, have they not been the barometer that's pushed us to 1 million viewers, roughly averaging a weekend? So for me, whatever. It can be the Bearden series. I'm good.
Well, I mean, the one thing I will say is, and that I do hope is that, of all of the hardware chains, or not hardware, Jesus, of all of the auto parts chains or whatever, O'Reilly's seems like we may be getting back to it almost has like a grassroots feel. So to me, it does a little bit.
Versus Advance, versus Napa, versus, isn't it it's a laundry list.
Yeah, I don't know. But I say that to say, I hope the thing that they will do is will lean back into this as a partnership and really use it as a platform to promote the drivers in a way that, a lot of those that you saw Napa do with, in the old days with, when they would have Michael Waltrip come on there and do the funny commercials or, whomever. So
He had the
that's,
Mobile One and Clint Boyer doing the crazy dance on the shelf.
yeah. So, I mean, that's what I do hope that they lean into it and cross promote with the drivers in a way that that I don't feel like Xfinity really did. I mean, they did a lot for the sport. I'm not taking away, and they're staying on as a premier partner. But I do hope that maybe with this partnership, they will lean back into that a little more.
So as a super fan and this announcement,
Okay.
do you even know where they're based out of?
I do not. I'm not a auto parts super fan.
Well, this is a big deal, right? Because this is a naming rights. They're based out of Missouri. You have any idea how many retail boxes they have?
I don't.
Yeah, 6,400. I did the research, so you didn't have to. It's not going to matter. Stick with STW Network. Welcome O'Reilly. Next.
6,400 stores. That's it.
Yep, I looked it up.
Wow.
Let's get into some checkers,
Yes.
wreckers, and what the heckers.
Checkers, wreckers, and what the heckers.
What the?
Truck series. Here we go.
Let's talk trucks. Chris, you are up first for checkers in trucks.
Hey. You know what that means?
Oh, God. He's slapping his hand. It must be something time.
Hi.
He's not at the bar yelling at me. Corey Heim didn't win. Corey Heim didn't win this week.
Time. Listen, number 7 on the win category. Youngest to get to number 18. You have to respect it. Sit back, relax, and watch the 11 go.
And he almost has enough points just to coast into like the final round.
Now you're getting to my only feedback on this entire truck race. 65 playoff points for Max
65.
Verstappen. Oh, I'm sorry, Corey Heim. Wins all the races like Max Verstappen wins all the races. I mean, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
But
I love what you're saying, Chad, because I think there is theoretically a mathematical thing, and we're not getting into mathematics, not on this podcast, where he almost can't be beat. Like, isn't there some amount of playoff points that he could hit and not be knocked out?
Correct.
Oh yeah,
He's already through the second round.
Second round.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, he's done it also, and the thing is, he's missed out on points because he probably could have won 12 races.
And we've talked about that on previous podcasts, right? I mean, no doubt.
I mean,
Crazy.
dominant.
Time. Shout out to that crew.
Yep.
Scott Zippadelli, the
Crazy.
whole outfit over there. Shout out to them boys.
They're that much better than everybody else.
That much better.
Congrats.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a checkers to Caden Honeycutt, who was driving the 52 in Stuart Friesen's truck. He locked himself into the playoffs on points. 3 different teams he drove for this year. He's going to run for a championship after driving 3 different trucks.
Yeah,
Pretty
but
incredible.
all those points
That's
wasn't
solid.
his though. Like, I mean, he did a good job of contending, but like,
No.
Right.
Those are his points. Those are his driver points.
how's it his driver points with 3
He got to
different
keep his driver points. Now the truck is also in on owner points.
On owner, it would shift.
Oh,
But
okay.
if his butt's in the seat,
Yeah.
he gets the driver points.
Yeah, no.
All right.
He got to take his driver points with him no matter what
No
truck he
question.
was driving.
I stand corrected.
He starts the race, he gets the points.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
All right, let's talk some wreckers. My wreckers for this was race control and the broadcast too miss the giant amount of oil that was on the track, which Matt Crafton got into. He had just pitted, just took fresh tires. His teammate Ty Majeski is out front running an incredible race, best race he's had all year. He's dominating, and Matt is coming by Majeski to unlap himself, get back on the lead lap, come back around, blend back in the pit cycle, hits the oil, gets into Ty Majeski as he's leading his teammate. And somehow Majeski saves it, but the truck definitely takes some damage, ends up costing him the race. He dominated that race, looked really good, best race he's had all season, and sucks for him that they absolutely just missed it. That's my records.
I would agree. I didn't throw in the broadcast side of it, but the fact that they had the truck blowing up in front of the race leader and the guy on tires, and they see the accident, and all of a sudden they cut to a pit stop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It was an interesting
It was bad. But that was my records. The two teammates reckon. While you had Majeski in the lead. But yeah, oil on the track. It was bad business all the way around. It was definitely not ideal. And the broadcast did not do a superb job of following what was happening on the racetrack.
Yeah.
I mean, you literally had a car and smoke in front of the leader, and you go to a pit stop that didn't matter.
And not that I'm trying to defend them, but again, it's so hard to do that when you're calling that race from the NASCAR center here in Charlotte.
In the studio.
Yeah. So you can only go off what you see on the monitors and what your folks in the truck are telling you. But yeah, man, that was rough. Rick, anything you want to add?
Just give myself a records and concur with you guys.
Give me a heckers, Chris.
My heckers will be I'm gonna go with Garcia. He had a hard race, good race, and he did what he had to do to solidify the last spot into the playoffs.
Yeah.
What the heck? And that's not a what the heck in a bad way, but
no,
he did what he had to do to get that playoff spot.
Yeah. And that was another thing, and I heard a couple other people talking about it, is like with the broadcast, it didn't have that last race of the year, that cutoff feel. Like they didn't even start showing like the bubble, that cutoff line until like stage 3, where they start talking about, who's in, who's out. So that was a little weird. But my heckers, on lap 12, Daniel Hemrick has an issue and can't get down to the bottom of the track. He's trying to get to pit road. There's sparks flying everywhere. He is way off the pace, but can't get down. And NASCAR does not throw a caution.
Chad
for 2
wanted
laps.
that yellow. He wanted that yellow. I feel it.
Well, I mean, what do you do? The guy can't get down. He can't get out of the way. They fly by him twice before he can get to pit road. Like he's literally spraying sparks everywhere and no caution. They never threw the caution.
Track bar mount on the racetrack, flat tire. No debris though. It wasn't like he was shredding tires and shrapnel everywhere.
No, but he's on top of the track, and they're going by him twice with no caution. Like how long are you?
We've seen historically that NASCAR and the towers not really going to throw caution when they need to. Yeah, they're going to hold them tight.
Chris, you gave me one. Rick, did you have anything to add?
I did not. I'm sorry.
No, all good. All right, let's talk.
I got some stuff to add now.
Oh, yes, you do. Let's go.
Let's talk some Cup. Rick, give me your checkers for Cup.
Oh, really? I'm leading off?
Right. Yeah.
P1, Rick.
All right, listen. It's rather obvious, but Richard Childress Racing and Austin Dillon. But there's more to it than just winning. They don't get the checkers just because they're the winners. They get the checkers because they go back to the track, right, from last year's debacle that, everybody hashed and rehashed and cut up over and over, with bouncing not one but 2 cars out of his way, out of the way on the way to a victory that wound up being a victory but not a playoff spot. And I got to tell you, this time he earned the spot. And as I'm sitting there watching the race, I'm like, the credit goes to the fact that they get their redemption. They get a playoff spot. they needed it as an organization. I mean, we've grilled, RCR in general. We've grilled the Bully Hill. There's a lot of stuff that hasn't been all that positive, right? Let's just say they get this one without question, without any luck, without any incident. I just think that this one is strong. It's amazing, and it is our 14th. We are very much not Formula One. It is the 14th unique winner this year. Congrats to those guys.
Yeah.
Chris?
That's a very valid point, Rick, but that is not my checkers for this deal.
Excellent. I like some diversity. We're all about
I'm going to go with
diversity.
Goodyear. Goodyear's my checker. And here's why. The tire fall off, the used tires, versus the tires with the goody still left, made for one hell of a strategy, one hell of a race. It kept you on the edge of your couch, right?
Fair.
You was watching the guys pit early and then just mow down the field till they ran out of goody.
Yeah.
And then the parachute came out.
Yeah.
And you watched this
amazing pace difference. Yeah.
amazing pace difference, right? They got the goodies on and they was just dominating, cutting through the field like it was an Xbox game. And then the goodies wore out. And then they were even. And then the pit cycles happened. And then those guys that they were just mowing down got fresh tires, mowed them down. And it kept the race interesting. Right? The soft compound they brought to Richmond made the race interesting. It didn't get strung out where the leader had a 45-second lead on second, and they were just cruising through the stages, right? You had to stay on top, and then you only had, 8 sets, right?
Yeah. It was 8.
You only had 8, and then you had to strategically place them. How are you going to do your pitch strategy, right? To capitalize on the goody good of the new tires versus old tires. Goodyear, hands down, was my checkers for them.
Yeah, nice job.
That was actually my checkers too. I thought,
goodness.
yeah, the comers and goers. I thought the passing, I liked the different strategies. You saw Priest run long in the first stage, and then he had the 3-stop versus the 2-stop later on. There was a couple other guys who were on that same strategy.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of the most interesting races that we had all year long. It was, I felt like just great racing the entire time. And then for Austin Dillon to pull it out there at the end, I think he got up at one time, like 4 or 5 seconds, something like that. And then Blaney cut it back down for a little bit. Yeah. And
the 48 was hung up in traffic.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was mine too. I thought it just made for incredible racing. And kudos to RCR as well, Rick.
Look at you two.
107
two peas in a pod. Good work.
That's it.
107 laps Austin Dillon led. And I saw a stat online that said
He hasn't led 107 laps in the last 10 years.
it was the first time.
Pretty close to it.
No, it was the first time that the number 3 car had led over 100 laps since Dale Earnhardt did it. And the last time Dale Earnhardt did it was 107 laps.
Wow.
There you go.
Play on numbers there.
So, yeah. All right. Well, let's talk some wreckers. Chris, you're up.
Well, I got to go with your homer.
Did I send you my notes?
No, but this guy is losing his shit right now. Like, he cannot get it together.
Oh, this might be one of our greatest wreckers ever on this podcast.
Listen,
come on.
This guy literally wrecked the field. Like, what is this veteran 2-time champion? Like, what is he doing?
This is great.
Yeah.
But listen, he has come unglued. I don't know if he needs to go to some type of retreat. I don't know. He needs to go see somebody.
Retreat.
It's bad.
He should go to a retreat with Chad.
It's bad. It's bad. It's horrible. They'll sing a song
very reminiscent to Whiskey Anymore called Winning Anymore.
Winning Anymore. He can't see the pace car. Like, he ain't seen the pace car since he left.
Yeah, it was really disappointing because he ran in practice, ran the
So good.
fastest laps on the 5, the 10, the 30 lap
Everybody.
average, like
Yes.
was laying it down. And I thought, man, we maybe something happens, I knew, Austin Dillon ran really, really well there last year. Maybe they went with a similar setup, and then we get to the race and it's been the same show as the rest of the year. When he got in the back of Chase Briscoe, I don't know what that was. I've looked at that replay 1,000 times now, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I don't think that was an intentional thing, but I
We're
don't
going to
know
call
what
it frustration, for
yeah,
lack of better terms.
I don't know what it was there. And then Chase Elliott thinks he's through there. Granted, he come through there 30 miles faster than the field. And then Kyle Busch is coming down, he's coming up, takes him out. That's ends his 27 race streak of going with no DNF. That was my records too. And I think Chris just copied all my notes today. Ricky.
Well, let's make it a trifecta of wreckers.
Wow.
Let me start by saying Kyle freaking Busch. And I want to get into the detail here because the detail is what makes this so special and ridiculous. Okay. It's a 3/4 mile track, right? It's not even a mile or a mile and a half intermediate. It's a short track. Okay. In 2 turns, half of a lap, 2 turns, he makes contact with Chastain coming out of 2. Okay. He bulldozes Chase Briscoe from behind going into 3. He ain't done yet. He keeps the hammer down. And as he's coming down the track and Chase Elliott's coming up, to Chad's point, he left rears Elliott and gives him his first DNF of the year. We're not done yet. There's more things going on in this short segment that affects our Supreme Court Justice here of Hendrick. At that time that he wrecks Elliott, he gives the regular season championship, clinches it for Byron because Elliott's in the wall.
That's it.
Got all that? Chastain, Briscoe, Elliott, Byron,
in season
3/4 track.
Yeah.
Listen, that's a hell of an accomplishment, even for Kyle freaking Busch super fan. What do you got? We're good.
I'm with you.
All right.
All right, my heckers.
Wow, that was
Real quick.
that was exciting.
My heckers was the pit road screw ups. All night long, teams were losing it. The 11 has a slow stop, lap 177, and also a speeding penalty. The 23 doesn't get a tire on. It rolls down pit road and finally stops in the 19 box with him for them to reattach
Boy,
it.
was he lucky it did not roll out into pit road
And
or
it
to
hit the
pit
back
wall.
of the car.
Hit the back of the car.
Hit the back of the car and stopped it. Yep.
You
That
talk
was
about
key.
horseshoe.
That was smart.
That was key.
That was smart. That was
Christopher Bell gets a pit road commitment penalty. Hocevar misses the entrance of pit road, locks it down, slows him way off the pace. He has to make another lap.
I don't know why I've left the broadcast, but I'm back and I'm charged up. I don't know what the problem is.
Welcome back.
I don't know. Maybe switch to your laptop camera.
Copy.
Chase Elliott got an interference call for driving in the 42 box while it was occupied. And these were all cars that had been up front. Like, these were good cars that killed themselves with mistakes. That's my heckers. Rick.
Listen, my heckers is people whining about this playoff format. Because last time I checked, we got 14 unique winners. I'm sorry it's not Heim time in the Truck Series. I'm sorry it's not Max Verstappen from a couple years ago in Formula One. 14 unique winners. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Dillon becomes the 14th. This now sets up a dogfight for Daytona next weekend with this unbelievable finale. You got Reddick and Bowman both sitting above the cut. Now Buescher's bumped right below the cut.
60 points out.
Yeah. It's like this is crazy. This is great. It's made for TV. It's super exciting. That's my heckers, is just stop crying about this playoff format. I'll give you one thing, because Chad, you've brought this up before and we've talked about it. It's kind of fun. We take 16 cars, correct?
Mhm.
Yep.
Could you imagine if we only took like 12, right?
Ooh.
You'd have a couple winners that would be on the outside looking in. Do you know who those winners would be?
Yeah, they would be Josh Berry
And just
Austin
won.
Dillon. Yeah.
you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a food for thought. But other than that, love it.
Well, I pulled this the other day because for some reason I felt like we were going to talk about this. But if we were going off of these 16 drivers, no winning they're in, if we were going off the points only, you would have William Byron in the 1 seed, Chase Elliott in 2, Denny Hamlin in 3, Kyle Larson in 4, Ryan Blaney 5, Christopher Bell 6, Tyler Reddick 7th, Chase Briscoe 8th, Alex Bowman 9th, Bubba Wallace 10th, Chris Buescher would be 11th, Joey Logano 12th, Ryan Preece would be in at 13, Ross Chastain at 14, Austin Cindric at 15, and Kyle Busch at 16. That's what your playoff field would look like
Without the win if you're in.
without the win
Yeah.
and you're in.
Okay.
Wow, that shakes it up too. Wow. Wow. So I had for my heckers this
What
week,
the heck?
I had 77 Hocevar. And it goes back to your point, Chad, of pit road woes. First, he misses pit road.
You did.
I mean, misses it completely. And then you had pit stops there where the jack man drops to jack too early.
Twice, 2 different stops.
Twice. Not once, but twice, which puts him in a bind. And he had a good car.
Yeah.
They brought a good car to the racetrack, and pit road problems hindered their success on the racetrack.
Which has been an issue all year long for them. They bring fast cars,
Yeah.
and he gets up there,
Yeah.
and it's something like that
Takes him out.
that derails him.
Mhm. Yeah, so that was my hacker for the weekend.
That's a good hacker.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
All right, let's get into some call your shot.
Call your shot.
All right, so our picks
Is this a
last
thing
week.
at Daytona or what?
Yeah, it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
So
the lottery race. We should be allowed to pick
yeah.
multiple cars. But
so
let's go.
Rick just wants to change.
Manufacturer. Let's just go with
Rick,
manufacturer.
Rick wants to change the rules every week.
I
He's,
do.
he's like, well, this week we should
Because
do
nobody's
this.
going to care about this segment if we never win. We're sucking.
You won a couple weeks ago.
Well, I don't suck. but
Listen,
yeah. I mean,
First, and let me say this. So
Yeah,
I
you are the winner.
posted our picks like I do every weekend.
Yeah.
I posted them on our different social media channels. The one thing I did different this week was I posted, and we're gonna have a little bit of debate here. Not really debate, I don't guess, but I want to talk through this, and then we'll get into this. Call your shot. This is like a bonus 3 wide right here.
Jesus.
But so I posted it on our TikTok, which I have not done before, and it got a fair amount of engagement.
Okay.
But there was a guy on there who came at me, and most of the time I just ignore people. I ignore the comments if they're whatever.
I don't,
But-
by the way, just for the record. But
Yeah, but you don't know how to reply back is the only difference.
that is
So this guy comments, and first of all, let me say this. I do not need or want you to agree with me all the time. If you disagree, please comment.
Right.
First of all, I have zero problem with this conversation. He and I went back and forth several times, making points, and that's great.
Mhm.
Love that. I want to have these debates.
Yeah.
But he commented, his comment was Alex Bowman's not winning anything. Essentially, he's horrible. He should lose his seat at Hendrick. He does not belong there. So I
True.
replied and I said, okay, I disagree with you. But if you are going to replace Alex Bowman, tell me who you replace him
Yeah,
with,
with whom?
that
It's great.
that upgrades that seat.
That's
That's a
valid.
very valid question.
And he replied and said they should try to get either Connor Zillage, they should try to get Carson Hocevar, or they should bring up Corey Day. And I said, okay, first of all,
Okay.
you're not going to get Zillage because he is locked up into a contract.
That's done.
Already.
And he's got
And-
Red Bull money, so
and-
that ain't
and-
going anywhere.
Right.
Yep.
And so and Hocevar is locked into a contract.
Yeah.
And he tried to tell me Hendrick could just take Hocevar or whatever. And I said, if you think that Spire is going to let the one guy who's performing for them just walk, you're crazy. They've got him locked up for a reason. He's not
Corey
going.
Day's the Xfinity driver.
And he's already doing it. Yeah, but he's
Listen,
not ready.
right.
That's
And that
not
was
an upgrade
and I
to
said,
Bowman.
and I said, you're going to take a guy who's a proven winner in Cup,
Right.
who consistently gets into the playoffs every year, who is well liked by his sponsors, well funded through Ally, who is a great teammate. You're telling me you're going to replace him with Corey Day is what, 18, 19 years old. He
Ready.
has less than 5 Xfinity starts,
He's not ready.
less than 5 truck starts.
Yeah.
His only real experience is in
Come on.
ARCA, which he has no wins in. You're going to tell me you're going to replace Bowman with Corey Day.
Corey,
if there's
not
some-
today.
If there's, again, I think he's a talented driver. He's going to be something special.
When
but-
his time is up, when his time
Yeah.
is ready.
But there's no way that Jeff Gordon and Rick Hendrick go, we're going to replace Alex Bowman with this kid.
No chance.
Tell me what free agent that is out there right now that is an upgrade in that 48 car to Alex Bowman.
There isn't one. Tell me one.
I don't have one.
I don't have one either.
Suarez
Because
is not an upgrade.
I'm on your side on this one. I don't
Yeah.
know why he's
Oh,
driver hating on
yeah.
Bowman. Just
yeah,
I think it's just because the bar is always Larson, fan favorite, love child, Elliott, and Byron, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, and they literally run 1, 2, 3 in points. So if I had to run a race against Chris Justice and there were 6 Chris Justices and I finished 7th every time, like, Rick needs to be out of that race. Well, no shit.
but again, if you're going off points, he's the 9th best driver in the entire series.
Number 9.
Number 9. He's earned
Top 10.
the ninth most amount of points of any driver else. So tell me, is there one of those
One of those
8
8
in front of him?
Right. That's a
3
good
of them
point.
are his
Yeah.
teammates.
Yeah.
I don't see Denny Hamlin making the jump. Ryan Blaney's not making the jump. Christopher Bell's not making the jump. Tyler Reddick is not. Chase Briscoe is not.
No, he just got the Gibbs.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. I think whatever went on between you two, again, here's one of your Dr. Phil moments, right? Chris, we talk about this all the time.
All the time.
He's got to
off
get
his
it
chest
out.
now.
I
Yeah.
think this is good for Chad.
But I
Good
do
job.
enjoy, but however,
Good job.
keep commenting. I
Yeah.
No.
I
Comment
enjoy
and
the
hit that like
engagement.
button.
Yeah.
Just don't comment. Hit
All
that
right.
subscribe button too.
Smash
So let's
Smash it.
let's talk picks. The odds this week plus 1200. You have Blaney, Logano, Hamlin, and Bush. Plus 1500 Keselowski, plus 1600 Larson and Elliott, and plus 2000 you have Byron, Wallace, and Bell. I am up first this week. I had the top finishing driver from last week.
Making a note of this.
I am gonna go with Brad Keselowski.
Ooh, are you?
I
Was that?
think
Could you hear that through my microphone?
Yeah, I heard that.
Because I could say it louder. Bastard.
I think he knows he's in a must win. He runs well at super speedways. Ford does really well at Daytona. If he can stay out of trouble, I think that you get another new winner and that bumps out another guy. Chris, you're up
I
next.
think your new winner this week is going to be, to your fans' haterade, it's going to be the 48.
Whoa.
I think he's going to squeak by. I think the 22 and the 6 are going to wreck each other because they're going to be super aggressive for that last spot. And the 48 squeaks by like the 24 did in the Daytona 500.
Ricky.
I'm still a little salty over here about you taking Brad off the table there. You've left me in a position where I gotta make a pivot here, as they say in the corporate world. I'm gonna go with his teammate. I'm gonna go with Chris Buescher. And listen, those Fords, and especially those two guys, you've seen it in these races. They are like wind witches.
Yes.
Right? They
They're
are
good.
wind witches.
They're good.
They are good. They keep those cars up front. I'd love to pick my boy Priest.
I thought you would.
I know. I'm sure they'll try and put all three of those cars together. And then, let it spray and pray at the end when they know that one wins. So it's a bit of a gamble. But yeah, I really like it. And here's an interesting fact. I know Chris, our Supreme Court Justice there, just chose Bowman. But isn't it funny that the two guys on top of the cut, Reddick and Bowman, have never won at Daytona?
Never.
And yet there's 7 or 8 guys who, to Chad's point, could make our 15th winner this year that have won at Daytona previous.
Yeah.
And a couple of them are Brad and Buescher, who we picked. Ricky Stenhouse, Jones. I think even your boy, Kyle Busch has never won there, I don't think.
I just think you're going to have a lot of aggression. Even with the points are so close, right? So stage points are going to be a big factor, right? And I think you're going to get down to the meat and potatoes of this thing late, and it's going to be a move that you shouldn't move. But if you make it, you're a hero, and it's going to be someone that makes that move that's a complete zero and wrecks the field. And
I don't think playoff points can affect Reddick, right? But the cut swing between Bowman and Buescher's, was it 29?
Something like that.
It's
enough where stage points matter.
Yeah, on those two, 100%.
Yes.
100% on those two, but not on Reddick.
Not on Reddick, no.
Correct. Yeah, you're correct.
I'm pretty sure it's 29.
Yeah, I think you also got to watch out. The two other guys who run really well there is Michael McDowell and Todd Gilliland. Could be long shots there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
You're
solid.
Right. You're right.
That's solid.
So, all right. Well, that was a good call your shot. It's everybody knows this is a crapshoot this week. It's
totally.
This is
the Daytona lottery. Sign up and grab a ticket.
But I will say, I wish I was going to be there. Our guy, our Roval winner, messaged me today. He is going to be at Daytona, so maybe you
have him look me and Chris up. Oh wait, that's right. Chris doesn't go to races anymore. Have him look me up.
Yeah, he will say he sent me that.
Fired.
He sent me that Addison Russell jersey back there.
I see it.
Yeah, he also sent me a Ryan Sandberg card, and he sent you guys over some really cool cards as well. Super nice of him.
I did.
Chris
I saw you sent it to
Chris
me.
got it. You got
nice.
some Cleveland guys, Ricky.
I saw that.
Chris got some.
Appreciate it.
Chris got some 49ers guys and a Matt
Niner
Olson
Nation,
card.
baby.
So
For all my Niners fans out there, hit that
super nice
button
of him to send us over that stuff. So appreciate that.
Now, if he's looking for anybody at the track, I'll be there. Shocker.
All right. Well, I'll try to connect you. Yeah, I wish I was going to be there. If you need me to come hop on the hauler, he let me know. That'd be fun. It was fun last year.
Looking forward to seeing you at Darlington.
Yeah. All right. Well, Chris, Got a
Listen.
reminder for folks?
Yeah, here we are. Reminder, hit that like button, subscribe button where you participate in your favorite social media. X, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Look us up.
Yep.
At recordspodcast.com. Merch is on the way. Don't forget.
Look at that hat.
Yeah, look at them.
Yeah.
Look at those hats.
We have some other big announcements coming up soon. A couple really cool, fun ones. You're going to be excited about those. And we also have another guest episode coming out the day after you hear this one. Really excited about this. We have Purple Heart winner, former Marine, though you're never really a former Marine. Samuel Deeds on the show. Cool stories with him. He's a part of, if you've seen the guys who jump into the races with the American flags, he is on that team and he shares his stories with us. You do not want to miss that. It's intense. It's really good. You're gonna like it.
Same Samuel Deeds that was on the trophy at the Brickyard in 2013.
2013.
Yeah.
Won by Ryan Newman.
At Stewart Haas Racing.
At Stewart Haas Racing.
May God rest that race team's soul.
R.I.P. SHR.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Another great episode, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe.
And keep fighting with Chad.
Let's go.
So I went wide open, hoping for a little taste.